everybody for sticking around for the junior high portion of our concert. And it's kind of nice that we get to see the progression. So the last concert you saw 5th grade, now you get to see the middle years, the years that sometimes aren't so pleasant. Parents, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. But, and then you got to see the finished product. So, you just got parents, I promise you. You got to make it through these years, and then it gets to that good stuff you just heard. But these kids actually do have some really good things they're about to play. But I just want to give you guys a little background story on myself. I started band back in 5th grade, and then in junior high is actually when I started teaching. My band director, I was playing like grade was an A or something, solos, which was essentially the hardest thing that I could possibly get my hands on by 8th grade. So he was like, hey, would you mind starting my 5th graders? So I'm like, sweet, I'll do that. So the first, I remember, I think it was the spring of, I don't know, this was a long time ago, maybe in 98, 99. But I went back to my junior high, and I, as an 8th grader, okay? And I did the 5th grade warm-up, or I should say that beginner week. And at the end of that week, I got a check for $500. And I'm like, whoa, sweet. I like this music game. And then ever since then, I've kind of been hooked. And just let this sink in, parents. When I was in high school, I was making $600 a week cash, cold hard cash. And that was back when lessons were only $10 a half an hour. Now they're $15 or $20 a half an hour. So let that sink in. This is a career. This could be something you do. I tell these kids all the time, especially the drummers, concert or symphony, what do you call it? Orchestral timpanist. They make somewhere between $80,000 to over like $160,000, depending on which orchestra you're in. If you go to Hollywood and you do the film scores, and by the way, if you ever try to watch a movie without the soundtrack, it is awful. Don't do it. Look it up on YouTube. It's absolutely horrendous. But it starts here. So parents, if your kids don't sound real good right now, please help them. Call up one of my high schoolers, get lessons, call up a music store, try to get them some help. As I tell these kids all the time, I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have the internet growing up, so I couldn't look things up and just Siri it and say, hey, I need a fingering chart for a flute, or I need a fingering chart for a trombone. These kids have the access to do all that, and there's professional videos out there of teachers that are amazing teaching these instruments. So please, parents, get your kids practicing. And then this group here, as I said at the last concert, this is their first concert. So make sure you guys are encouraging and, you know, give them a nice big round of applause, you know, right now, just to throw them up a little bit. So, this is the 6th grade band. As I said in the last part, if you need to use the restroom, please do so in between the songs during applause. And this group, it was like we literally did the year twice. So we went last year in the Red Book, and then this year I had to restart it all because we had so many kids out and in and virtual and all that stuff. So they're finally caught up, and now we're on sheet music. So they're going to play you 3 Christmas songs today that they've worked really, really hard for. So please enjoy. So I think Carter, correct? You're my first announcer, bud. Yeah. So come on up. Carter's going to announce the first song.
Will now be playing First Christmas March.
stomping on the housetop.
Before Gabe comes up and announces the last song, just stay there. They're good. I have to commend these kids. Okay, we've had some rough days this year. We literally went from animal noises to dying animal noises, back to animal noises, and then to today. And I will say this is the best that they've sounded. Like, you guys are killing us. The kids all the time, they're like, why do you never give us breaks? Because in the real world, guys, you don't get breaks, okay? I mean, right now, as parents, this is the easiest time of their life, and then eventually, once they're adults, they go out and get a job and everything. I keep telling them, if you're gonna learn a skill, do it now. Because once you have kids of your own, nothing gets done. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old at home, and just the other day, I was enjoying a beautiful cup of coffee, and then there was silence. And I turned, and I saw hair. A lot of it. It's amazing how much of a mullet can be cut in 2 minutes. So now my daughters, they don't have much hair left. So I spent the rest of that day trying to, put a Band-Aid on that crisis before my wife came home and saw the mess. But what I'm getting to here is kids. I say this all the time, I know it's a broken record. Do what you want now. Learn it now. Learn the instruments. Play your sports, because later on, guys, life gets really complicated, and you're gonna be cleaning up hair one day, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay? So these kids, though, I'm really excited about this grade's future, because they never even had a concert in 5th grade, and the fact that they're playing this level of music after never even being able to do what the last group just did at 2:30 is amazing. So thank you, children. And I would love to get even more. This is one of our smallest classes because COVID just took a hit last year with the virtual stuff. If you know of any other 6th graders or anybody, period, that wants to join band, tell them, hey, go see Mr. Baker. I got trombones. I got a couple trumpets left. I would love to have every kid in this school a part of this program, because you see the good it does out in the community, and just even in the football games, just hearing the amazing sounds these kids can perform, and the level of difficulty of the music is astounding. So, without further ado, the 6th graders' last song, and Gabe can announce.
6th grade band will now be finishing off with We Wish You a